Hey, Shalom, Akim. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Kodash. That's all praises to the world called God, whose true name in Hebrew is Yahweh by Hashem, and the name of Yahushua being the name of the only begotten Son. Also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the hopeful like preachers, word and truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Tazabah, Lord will, with another video to edify. And here it is, more news for 2024. Let me back out of that. More news for 2024, saying that they will create a 50% stock market crash to usher in CBDCs in 2024, right? And when you watch this video, if you brothers get time, look it up. It's a good video. A lot of information, a lot of points are spoken about. And dude unwittingly ends up speaking prophetic talk, right? Prophetic talk, because that's what's happening. The prophecies are speaking. So, give me 1 second. All right, so he starts talking about birth pains, everything, and that's where we're at. We're at the end where the birth pains are here, the contractions, the spaces between crises are getting smaller and smaller, because we're coming to the time of the coming of the Lord, and all hell is about to kick loose in 2024, man. We're almost at the end of this year. 2024 is going to be a bang. There's also been that movie brother's been talking about. What is it called, man? Let me see if I can just find it in my feed, bro. Brother's been making movies on it a lot. Or not movies, but videos on it a lot recently. And Lord well, I'm going to watch that tonight. Man, I gotta watch it, man. Somebody cute, I can't remember the name. It's that new Netflix movie talking about a cyber attack hitting the U.S., right? Cell phones being knocked out, and you know, basically the entire reset of the system. So this is where we're coming to. This is where we're coming to. The prophecies are coming to pass, and this is what to expect. Now I'm gonna play this, and Lord will, this will all be edifying.
Big enough to save the system?
Well, that's going to be the question, right? So Tim and I in the interview talked about the drawdown in the equity market. So every time it gets to that, about a 40 to 50% drawdown, they come in with the bazookas. So we do think another drawdown like that is coming, and it's going to start in the next, we predicted six weeks to 6 months. Sometime in 2024, we're going to have a hard financial come to Jesus moment, because the underlying economy is bad in the U.S., it's bad in Germany, it's globally synchronizing to be a global synchronized recession. So there's going to have to be a response. And we don't know what that's going to be yet, but they'll come up with some. And the wars are not enough. We need spending like we've never seen before to keep. You need constant, ever-growing flow of creation of credit, and you're going off a base that's already big. So it's accelerating. That's why the time in between crises is getting shorter and shorter. So we had the COVID crisis. We're gonna we had the blip in 22. Things started to unravel then, and we're getting closer to the another unraveling.
That is so. At the time, you're so.
You see. So, everyone in this world is seeing things are getting serious. So, the prognosis for America is poor. They're seeing that in 2024, Esau can easily go through with this reset. He spoke about how, right, there's always a need for debt. Well, let's get that. Habakkuk 2:6 says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe unto him that increaseth that which is not his, how long? And to him that laded himself with thick clay." You go into that word thick clay, it goes into the word abadyat in the Hebrew, which goes into debt. So that consistent growing of credit is debt. that's what it is. Right? When you watch that video a little more, I encourage brothers to listen to it. There's a lot of good information. He spoke about how, right, it's right before the crash, it can very well be the market can be booming, right? Because you have to have a reason to print debt. So when there's no debt being printed, things have to be going pretty bad. So that hyper valuation of currency to make it look ultra favorable might very well be the sign that this system is crashing, because the system is created on the need for creation of debt, on the need for creation of credit. So we're in those times, man. We're in those times in setting up a system where you constantly have to be in debt. Now everybody's walking away from it. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them. And that's what's going to happen. These nations that have drinking of the Babylonian wine, done all these deals, they're going to rise up against you. They're doing it right now through the BRICS nations, right? Trying to join that BRICS union. And that's a way in which to sit here and separate themselves from this Edomite power structure. It says, verse 8, it says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and all that dwell therein. So that's what's getting ready to happen. The Lord is getting ready to waste this place. Now, he also said in the movie, in the video, about the crisis is getting closer and closer. Let's get that. Second Ezra 16:37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. You see, and what is one of the major plagues is economic collapse, right? Remember, the scriptures tell you money's defense. When the Lord causes the one thing that America was able to sit here and function on, I mean, even when you look at these passport bros, which is not wrong for a man to go into another nation to get himself a woman. That's, we're Israelites, man. The world belongs to us. We're supposed to be able to do those things. But those passport bros, they'll go to those other countries leaning off the American dollar and the strength of the American dollar, right? But at the same time, they put all their trust in the American dollar. How many times have you seen a passport bro confess themselves to be a Hebrew Israelite? I've seen them speak about, that we have that we got a point about some things. But then again, they'll get over there in these other countries and act like they're a fucking citizen of the world and forget that, you are a hated people, right? As a woman with child in her ninth month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours great pains compass her womb. And that's the time we're in. Every single crisis that's been happening on this earth is the sign of those great pains compassing the womb, right? To the time where what? Hell's about to break loose. It says, which pains when the child come forth, they sack not a moment, right? And that evil day is coming forth, and it's not going to slack a moment. It says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side, right? And when you have that American dollar collapse, he already said it. The signs are looking like it's going to be a synchronized global collapse. So everybody's going to be getting it. Really, like the scripture tell you, the money's going to fail. Let's get that. So Genesis 47:15, it says, and when the money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, Salaki, bro. It says, and when the money failed in the land of Egypt and in the land of Canaan, all the Egyptians came unto Joseph and said, give us bread. Why should we die in thy presence? For the money faileth. And that's what we're coming to again, right? The money is failing. The scriptures tell you, riches profit not in the day of evil. So 2024 could very well be the year where this whole CBD system goes live, right? And shortly after that, you got to believe that, I mean, if they're going to need a crisis to bring in this whole CBD system, there's going to be a crisis enough to bring in the mark of the beast, man. But, you know, just stuff to put on your radar. This is a very good video to watch. Let me put this I'll put the link in the description. You know, Lord willing and satisfying. Shalom.